RP Downtown V2 is a cultural icon within the Gmod community, being extremely popular for its prominence in dark RP servers. The map has developed a almost cult-like following within the community from all the way back in 2008, more than a decade ago. However, despite the age of this map, it has still remained a relevant talking point within the community for quite a few reasons. These reasons can be attributed to things such as the mods and the map's creepy aura, the mystery surrounding who created it, as well as what happened to them, as well as the seemingly peaceful nature of this map and other source maps in general, all of which will be discussed today. So, to start out, we're going to discuss the original creator. Many people have speculated about who this might have been and what happened to them. However, the answer has always been hiding in plain sight. A plaque above the tunnel on the map mentions a user ID which leads us to the page of a username called The Pro, seemingly from Russia. At least that's what his Steam profile would allure us to believe. Scrolling down to the comments, you can see multiple people have been saying rest in peace. This indicates that something may have happened to them. Scrolling further into the comments section, we find a Facepunch thread in which a user claims that the creator of this map had allegedly committed suicide back in 2011. Now, whether this is true or not, we unfortunately may never know what happened to them, which is why we cannot say for sure that they actually did commit suicide or they did not. So it is best to leave it at that. Next is the more interesting of the two discussions, the first of which being the peaceful nature of source maps. Now this has been long discussed and debated in multiple videos, forums, and Reddit posts, yet for most, the most obvious answer is the ambience of Gmod maps. Let's take GM Big City, a map which has no NPCs, no NPC cars, no vehicles, no interiors even for much of the buildings. However, it still has background noise, and that's where that peaceful feeling comes from. The familiarity of hearing a bustling city, yet it being right out of sight. Hearing the cars, hearing the birds, hearing the planes flying above, hearing people walking down the streets on their way to their jobs or some back home. It all invokes a sense of home, a sense of familiarity. And the reason that RP Downtown invokes that is because it also has that same ambience. It has that ambience of a bustling town. It has that ambience of birds, of your feet walking over the crunched leaves. And not only that, rotating back to RP Downtown's prominence within the RP community, particularly Dark RP, you realize that for a lot of people, it's a very familiar space. A space which they're used to seeing a lot of people in, which leads us on to our final talking point, which is the creepy, almost haunted nature of RP Downtown. Now, this is the most extensively discussed of the three, and this can be attributed to quite a few things. The first of which being that same point of ambiance and familiarity. A lot of people grew up on Dark RP, and a lot of people spent countless hundreds of hours playing and role-playing with their friends and strangers alike. Yet with that, they became accustomed to a different type of map. A map in which, around every corner, there was some player. There was someone walking on the street, there was someone messing with a fizz gun, there was someone being scolded for fail RPing, there was someone abusing their powers. There was familiarity because there was people. There was life, as a town should have. Yet when you go into single player and load up RP Downtown, suddenly it's just you. Everyone you thought you remembered, every aspect of the map you thought you knew has suddenly been warped into this lifeless shell. The interiors decorating the houses and apartments have all been swept away, leaving a blank slate, waiting for the next group of players to come and leave their mark. Yet in a single player world, that never happens. It's only you. Which what leads a lot of people to believe that they're being watched, that they're not truly alone, which only increases the paranoia of playing alone on source maps, because you're used to there being other people, but there never are. And this also led to another phenomena, people believing that they're seeing an entity, a dark hooded figure or a standing man in the corner of their eyes that disappears ever so slightly whenever you turn over to look at them, and then they're gone. Countless people have looked into this, myself included. People have dug through the game files, people have dug through the map files looking for any sign of this entity, yet all they have found is nothing. There is no evidence saying that they existed or never existed. There is simply nothing. Something that people became all too familiar with this map. However, Dark RP's legacy will continue to live on as long as Gmod is an active game. Dark RP and other such communities have popularized and spread this map, and videos like this and other channels have only furthered the mystery of RP Downtown V2. Thank you for watching.